I can't believe it's been a year since I started doing videos. So 1 year to the day today. So today's October 17th. So on this day last year, I just on a whim hit record and did my first video. And here we are a year later. That went by real quick. So we're micing up. We've got, well, we mic'd it up. The old 55 Magnatone. Finally got a mic on it. Got a cool guitar to check out real quick. Recorded a little shitty thing with the DAW. Got some drums on there, a little bit of rhythm, and a little bit of a lead thing in the center. All done with the Magnatone. So stay tuned for that. And we'll just kind of check a few other tones with it mic'd up on the G&L. And then wrap it up and have a weekend. And here's to another year of this, I guess. So we're at a year. 1 year has passed already since I've started this stuff. So to everyone who's been following and subscribing and stuff, thank you so much for doing that. I mean, my numbers are still small compared to other YouTube outfits, but you know, it's still pretty cool to see that after a year of doing this, I actually have, we're up to 101 subscribers. So there's about, you know, there's 101 of you that actually somewhat give a shit and pay attention to the you know, they watch the show or, you know, just hit subscribe out of support. Either way, it's very much appreciated. Still, like, you know, it started off with this, just hit record, and I didn't really want to, be on camera. I still don't like it, but I've become accustomed to feeling uncomfortable and talking to myself, to you, through my phone, to myself. It's a really weird experience. If you've never done a video and done anything on YouTube, but you kind of have a little spark of something, maybe maybe I should start. Just do it. It's weird, but you hit record, you record your video, and then you don't have to post it. If you don't like it, then don't post it. But if you find it's like, I could post this, start a YouTube channel. Anybody can do it. If I can do it. So today we have this G&L ASAT Classic Blues Boy, Indonesian made. Very cool guitar. A good friend of mine brought it in for, I did a new nut, polished up the frets, gave it a nice setup and stuff, as he may or may not sell it. So that's this. The song that you heard after the, you know, the FiftyNiner Winder window thing there, and then you have the intro, and then it's a song with the drums. That the rhythm, right and left guitars were this guitar in the middle position, and I think on the left, and I think on the right was just the neck pickup. Pretty sure, something like that. So it was this guitar through the Magnatone, through my pedal board with, what did I have? A Heavenly Reverb. I'm looking down here because the pedal board's just down here. And the Ecstasy blue pedal in plexi mode with just a little bit of something. Because I do find if you turn this amp up a bit, it starts to crunch up a little. But it sounds a little farty when it crunches up. I think it's because of the speakers. The 8-inch speakers, I don't think, can handle it. You know, it's an old amp. It wasn't designed to be played the way I'm playing it through. We're going to do some clean stuff without the Bogner Ecstasy on there. And I think that's all I had on the rhythm. The solo, I did the same thing. Actually the rhythms, I had the also the Dispatch Master with just a little bit of analog delay, just a little bit. And then same with the solo, just kind of played over with the Les Paul, as you saw. But it was all mic'd through the amp, and then the drums are just easy drummer, just put something real quick. You know, nothing, I'm not trying to make a record here, right? I'm just trying to get as much sound samples and examples, trying to make them sound okay so that you can kind of see what, you know, this amp sounds like or whatever, right? So, yeah, we'll check out some clean tones, I guess. I'll turn the reverb off so it's bone dry. There's nothing on the amp other than this. It's mono. I'm not processing anything on the DAW, which is Reaper. I'm not doing any of that. So just clean, straight up neck pickup G&L tone. Middle, a little bit of that brightness from the bridge. And then the bridge pickup's pretty bright. Very plucky and twangy. Any crunch you're hearing there is coming straight from the amp and possibly the speakers. There's no drive down here. There's actually no pedal on right now. That's with some heavenly reverb. So it actually handles the reverb pretty well. And the neck pickup. Had the tone rolled off a bit from the bridge, so the neck pickup's a little dark on here, but not as dark as it was. Helps when you put the tone knob on 10, right? And if you put a little bit of drive on it, that's actually in the blue mode. I'm going to put it in the plexi mode, the Bogner pedal. I find the neck pickup darkens up a bit when the overdrive's on. You lose some treble. Could be the pedal, but the bridge doesn't. I don't know if that's enough shitty playing with the mic'd up amp. I've been noticing like there's a couple accounts on YouTube where I don't know how they do it, but they put up a video like once a week or a couple times a week, and every time they're playing some other tune. And I'm having a hard time trying to come up with new shit to play on here. You're gonna hear a lot of the same regurgitated riffs and licks that I always do. Maybe I just need to learn more songs, but that takes time too, you know? That's about as much drive as it could handle, this amp. If I put it back to blue and then push the boost on the Bogner pedal just to get a little more drive out of it, you get this. I'm just playing power chords randomly. It just, with too much gain, it starts to sound like a radio that's about to blow up. So it's not a gainy amp, as you know, duh, right? Kind of obvious it's not. It wasn't made for that, but I sometimes wonder if it would just sound better if you had like just pull the guts out and put it in a bigger cabinet, put a nice big 12-inch speaker in it. Maybe it would be better. But I'm not doing that to the vintage amp. I'm going to leave it as is because it's pretty cool. I think in a studio it would be good to have that as a, you know, another flavor you can mix in, or you know, you do solos on it, record like track a solo, and maybe this amp will have just the right pocket in the EQ to just cut through and sound humongous. You know, how many people have used like the pig nose in recordings, or like little tiny amps for stuff, just for sounds that cover a certain frequency range that just pokes through the mix without having to turn the volume up or EQ it or anything. It just has the right thing, right? So I think that's what this amp is for. Like in today's age, is that, you know, just to use as to fit into the mix somewhere when it calls for that. I don't know. That's about as much as I could do. I don't have a whole lot of other stuff to play. It's Friday. I'm going to probably edit this real quick and pop it up so that it hits on the same day as the first video we did. And then probably play guitar or whatever. So we'll end it with that. That was the Magnatone Melodier Deluxe Model 109. It's got two 8-inch speakers in it. And the diagonal, it's all tube. It's vintage. You could smell it in the room. It smells like old hot furniture because the tubes heat up the Tolex and stuff. It's an experience, but not something I'm going to keep, I don't think. So I'm going to offload that eventually. This was the G&L ASAT Classic. It's very light. It's a very nice playing guitar. I'd probably swap, if I were keeping this, if this were mine, I'd swap the neck pickup for another humbucker that's a little brighter. I would also maybe swap the pick guard and maybe put like a Filtertron style, like my Filter Caster with a K. Something like that, but still very cool guitar. The bridge pickup's very bright. And I know that the friend that owns this, he likes bright tellies, and he plays some pretty heavy shit. Really distorted stuff, really heavy stuff, very percussive, and he likes the bright, like the really bright pickups. So very cool guitar. If you find them cheap, pick them up, because they're, you know, if you're watching guitar YouTube, you've probably seen all the other channels too, where they, you know, G&L is shut down and who's going to buy them. I think it's going to be Fender. It should be Fender, but it might not be Fender. You never know, right? Things don't seem to go the way you think they should in life usually. So maybe it'll be Gibson. Maybe Gibson will buy it and own the rights to the Leo Fender name. Wouldn't that be a kick in the ass? Hopefully Fender gets it, buys it, and takes back the rights to the Leo Fender name, and hopefully they keep the factory and hire people, or hire the people back from G&L and just under Fender ownership, so that they could keep his office intact. His office is like pretty much untouched since the day he died. So it's pretty cool. Everything's dusty. He's got notes, stuff. Very mad scientist type of workspace, which I appreciate, because I'm much the same. And in that respect, although I didn't design guitars that are still being made pretty much the same way today. So that's that. Thanks again for being subscribers, for coming along for the ride, for hanging out. I know the long form stuff is not for everyone, but I do it because I can. And maybe, you know, it's therapy, it's whatever. It is what it is. So thank you for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, if you're having fun here, help me out. Hit subscribe. We're at 101 right now. Next goal is let's get to 250. Then from there, let's get to 500. Let's get to 1,000. Whatever. Maybe I'm doing stuff where people actually take notice and actually care. Maybe I'm helping people. Maybe I'm giving people a place to hang out. You know, it can be, you know, life can be lonely sometimes, and maybe I'm providing that kind of hangout. So thank you to everyone who's watching. Thank you to subscribers, future subscribers, non-subscribers. If you hate my videos, thank you for moving on and not, you know, being all keyboard warrior and shit. We don't need that. We all need more positivity in life. So with that, here's a year. Here's to another year, maybe. And we'll just keep on keeping on. And you keep on keeping on. We'll see you on the next one.